There's some shady business going on YouTube. I have on this black hat because there's some black hat practices going on YouTube right now. And this hat is for effect because I want to get your attention on the shady practices that's happening in these YouTube streets. And my question to you is YouTube worth you losing your integrity? And today we're going to be discussing some shady practices that could cause you to lose your entire channel behind these shady practices. And today's video is sponsored by Nexus Clips. More about them later on in the video. Make sure you don't click off. You are not going to want to miss out on the shady practices of the shady Katies and the weird Williams that are happening down in your comment section. If you want to know about it, make sure you watch the entire video. If you don't know who I am, I'm Riva. I have small and emerging content creators just like you, especially if you're over 40 years old. Grow your business, grow your brand, and grow your mindset so that you can grow your income and leave a legacy.
Pardon the interruption, you guys. I just wanted to pop in here because you guys know I'm big on supporting the community and supporting other small content creators. And in the beginning of my journey, I would put out support challenges. And what I didn't know was that some people took advantage of the challenge and doing sub for sub under the cloak and dagger of small channels unite here. When I finally finished doing my research on something that I suspected was happening, not only on my channel, but other channels, which was people would put up that little party emoji, or they would say small YouTubers gather here, and they would gather down in your comment section and have a sub for sub party. I didn't know that. I've cleaned up this channel because that was never the intent of any of the challenges that I gave on this channel. I see why a lot of content creators do not do challenges on their channel when it comes to supporting one another, because people get it misinterpreted. And you know what? I won't be doing any more of those challenges because I don't have time for the drama. What I'm doing now is building playlists because we like to watch each other. And I'm making it easier for us to find one another. If you guys want to make your own playlists on your own channels because you like some of the content that other content creators are putting out, go make a playlist. It's within the guidelines and it's not cloak and dagger. Let you get back to the video and let me get back to my workout. See you later.
Now let's get into the video. We don't have time to wait because I want to save you and your channel from a bunch of drama. When I see things like this happening on YouTube, sometimes it makes me want to quit my niche. Whether you say niche or niche or niches, it doesn't really matter what you call it as long as you're operating in it. And for me, I'm operating in the YouTube and content creation growth space. It's hard enough to grow your views, grow your subscribers, and grow your community on YouTube than to have all the scandals that happen in the YouTube growth space or on YouTube in general. I was a little bit naive to all of the scandals and the things that will cause you and your channel not to become monetized, or you can lose your monetization, or you can lose your entire channel altogether. It is a culture of chaos that's brewing right down in your comments section. And guess what? If you're like me, you probably don't know. It wasn't until last week when I was doing a scan on my channel, because I do that on a weekly basis, and I advise you to do the same thing. Take a health and comfort scan. That's what I call it. You know, kind of a cleanup when you clean up the messiness of your closet or whatever area, your kitchen cabinets or your kitchen drawers. Over on the YouTube dashboard and community, I was looking at the comments, and that is where I found this. And these comments that look like this, there were multiple hundreds of these types of comments that were showing up in my comment section. I didn't realize that these types of comments here, the ones that you probably have down in your comment section, YouTube considers it to be potentially inappropriate. And let me tell you this, I was beyond belief Betty when I found out that these types of comments, YouTube does not approve of it. You know why? I'm going to let you know why. Because they are manipulative. This is a sub for sub type of comment. These are little triggers and call to actions that people who are in those communities are calling other people to do sub for sub. And I was yesterday years old when I realized that YouTube deems these as potentially inappropriate comments. What I did, I went through and I cleaned them all out. I deleted all of those comments that were like, small YouTubers gather here. Let me ask you a question. Why are you gathering on my channel? Why do you feel like that my channel is a safe harbor for these types of comments? You're not truly engaging on my videos. You might watch that video, but then the question here, you have called everybody to dinner on my channel and you're not watching any of my other content. So that in itself will cause my metrics to go out of the window. It is garbage. And that is where illegal traffic, manipulative views come in. And me and my community, we don't want any part of that. We're all about organic reach. Now, before I get into the other tips and the things that you should be aware of, I want to let you know how I grew my channel organically, especially in the beginning of my journey. I used shorts in order to grow my channel and get me subscribers because shorts are the best way to grow your subscribers and long form video is the best way to grow your watch hours. So don't sleep on the shorts. I still create 1 to 2 shorts every single week, but I do it differently now. I use Nexus clips. It makes creating shorts for me 100 times easier. I'm able to use this tool to save myself some blues from creating shorts. I'm able to repurpose my long form content by uploading my long form video into Nexus clips on my desktop back there. That computer, once I upload it, Nexus clips usually gives me 5 to 8 viral potential shorts so that I can take my channel to the next level. Today, I'm going to be giving you a discount code so that you can save yourself some blues and some edges, just like I did. I do have edges under there. And so that you can save your time and your coins and start producing more shorts. Because if you didn't know, YouTube is pushing vertical shorts right now. Another crazy comment that I was seeing on YouTube down in my comment section, and I'm gonna leave it right here. It was subbed waiting. And I was too new and too green or too old because I'm over 40. I'm 54. I didn't know all the things that I needed to know when I started to blow up on YouTube. And the reason why I blew up, it was because I made a system. But if you want to know about that system, then hire me as your coach. But listen to this. Subbed and waiting. I learned that subbed and waiting is that they were waiting for me to take a walk with them. No, they were waiting for me to sub their channel. And I kindly said, subbed and waiting for what? I deleted the comments once I realized that they were subbing me in hopes that I would sub them back. And I was like, I don't have time for that in my life. I knew that that was tit for tat, quid pro quo, and it was against the YouTube guidelines. I want you to go down in your comments and I want you to see if you have any of those comments that's saying subbed and waiting. Or if you're seeing now, someone might put subbed and a number beside it. I don't know what the number means. Maybe you do. If you know what the number means, let's talk down in the comment section. Maybe you can enlighten me. If that is your gentle nudge of you telling me sub your channel, I'm sorry. I'm an ethical person and I'm an ethical coach. And over here in the Revealer community, we grow organically. We do support one another, but it's not a requirement to watch each other's videos, to sub to each other's channels, unless you are really inspired by the content creators in our community and you want to subscribe and you want to watch their videos. It is highly desired, but is definitely not required, not here in our community. So if you thought that this was the place for these types of practices, honey, I'm sorry, but you're sadly mistaken. I want to explain to you why you don't want to get in these fake engagement pods if by chance you do get monetized. Are those same 1,500 people that got you monetized going to watch all of your content all the way through all of the time? Probably not. Are they going to watch all the other 1,500 subscribers that they subscribed to because they were a part of this engagement pod or this sub for sub covert community that they think is covert, but YouTube is watching? Are they going to support one another like how you are supporting them? That is the question. Probably not. And what is going to happen to your metrics? Your average view duration is going to go down. Your click-through rate is going to go down. And all of that AdSense that you were getting when you first got monetized, that's going to decline. That's going to decrease. YouTube is hard enough as it is. Getting eyes on your content is difficult already. You, as a small or emerging content creator, do not need to be a part of these poor engagement pods or these false and fake YouTube friends claiming that they're going to help you as long as you help them, it's really not worth it. Let me give you one final important critical reason why. YouTube is always doing checks. Whether they check your channel in the beginning when you're being onboarded into the YouTube Partner Program, did you know that they actually not only use the computer to scan your content, they use actual people to look at your videos, and I mean all your videos, to see what type of content that you're putting out, to see what type of message is coming out of your mouth. They're trying to make sure that you are an ethical content creator. YouTube scans channels that are already out there all the time. Let me give you proof of that. Have you ever uploaded a video and then you realize as soon as you upload a video, you get like a negative subscriber or -2 or 5 subscribers? That's because the YouTube computer is scanning at that time. It is deleting false subscribers, people who have not been active on the platform over a certain amount of time. People who have had their channel deleted, but their account is still open, they will go through and take that subscriber off of your channel. YouTube is doing sweeps all the time, every single day, every single month, making sure that things are copacetic on the platform. So today in this video, I hope I was able to bring some awareness to the scandals that are happening on YouTube. If you care more about value than you do views, and you want to build your business and your brand and not just a video, then I want you to watch this video next and this playlist next so that you continue to grow on social media.